Today we're invited by GemLife onto one of their construction sites here at Deception Bay, and today was all about giving some exposure to one of our local schools and the different opportunities and career pathways on offer. And this site in particular was great today because there's some civil activity, there's some residential construction and some commercial construction.
We got to talk to a lot of the people who actually build stuff here, and probably being able to walk around with a few friends, seeing how construction and building careers work.
I really liked the main area that was being built. I was really impressed how they're going to have a cinema and a bowling alley in there, and then they're going to have a pool. I really want to do a sparky or a carpenter. You can move around, you don't have to stay in one place.
I think a trade I might be interested in is a chippy, and woodwork for me is pretty fun, being able to see and create things that I didn't know wood could.
So for industry that are looking for new talent, this is the best place to find it. We've got young, fresh people that are looking for these opportunities. They're keen, they're willing to give it a go, and with industry getting so busy at the moment, the talent pool is there. It just needs to be tapped into.